So first of all, I'd like to thank you for watching our videos. If you find our content helpful, do share it with your friends, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. I wish you all the best in your studies and revision. Thank you. For the first question, you simply expand the bracket by multiplying 4 into 5w plus 3 and negative 2 into w and negative 1. Okay, so after you expand it, rearrange, then you will get the final answer. There's one key thing about this question is that you are not supposed to change the results into 2, 9w plus 7 because the question stated that it's expand and simplify. For the following question, you can just look at me how I solve it, then you'll be able to get the results. For the next one, okay, you are required to either round up or round down. So I actually label down the arrow to show you whether to round up or round down already. So it's advised for you to round it to the nearest 10, okay, so that you don't have those decimals to deal with. Okay, so the approximate results will be 4. Question 4. So according to the formula, original times the 100 plus the percentage to the power of year equals to new. So if we put in the information that was given by the question, you will get 7 times 101.1% to the power of unknown equals to 7.31. So one of the key things I use to solve this question is logarithm. So it is advised for you to actually learn how to use logarithm because it helps you out a lot when solving this type of question. So I actually already put in an example over there. You can just refer to it, then you'll be able to understand how did I solve this question. So for the next question, question 5, all you need to do is just substitute the value that was given, okay, into the formula, then you'll be able to get the final answer. Question 6. So when solving this kind of recurring decimals, first thing first, you need to identify that which number is recurring. So in our case, it is 0.1777, etc. Okay, so if this is the case, okay, then I will just set 10x because I can easily shift out the 1 from the decimals. So with that being said, then 10x minus x, I will get 1.6. Okay, so you do the shifting, then you'll be able to get the final answer. For question 7, there's one thing you need to take note is the numbers given was corrected to nearest decimal. So you just, for upper bound, all you need to do is plus 0.05 to both variables of the rectangle, and for lower bound, just minus 0.05 from them. By doing so, you'll be able to get the final answer. Question 8. So for this one, all you need to do is change them into improper fraction first. Then you do the shifting to get the final answer. As for the next question, usually when I solve this kind of question, I will ask you to draw it out first so that we can clearly see which part we are dealing with. So from the graph that I drawn, triangle VAC, the first thing I will add is the height. Okay, so when I put down the height, it simply cuts through AC, so each side will be 8.5. Okay, so with that being said, I will be able to find the height using Pythagoras theorem. So as for question 10, the things that you need to take note is this: the television price of 924 is actually a after discount price. So the formulas goes by original times the percentage change equals to 924. Okay, so the percentage change here will actually be 88%. I won't do any voiceover for this part, okay, because if you look closely, you'll be able to get the idea how did I solve this question. For question 12, it is also very straightforward. you're required to remember that y is equals to k over x. So the y and k, you need to change it according to the question, and in our case the x is actually x squared. So fill up the variables, then you'll be able to find k, and with the k you can now substitute 10 in to the x position to find the final results of y. Question 13. For the first part, you are required to find the common factor, which is 5 and c. Plug it out, then you'll be able to get the answer. Whereby for the next part, okay, so from what I learned in the past year's paper, I just straight away solve it first without shifting, because chances is the examiner wouldn't want to make your life harder. By doing so, you will get k bracket 2p minus m plus 3 2p minus m. So you do the shifting again, so it becomes k plus 3 bracket 2p minus m. So the next question, okay, so on the grid plot the point C. So from B to C it's -4, which means you're shifting from B's position to the left hand side by 4 columns. Okay, then you'll be able to get the coordinate of C. And then to find AC's column vector, so A actually shifted to the right by 1 and shifted downwards by 3. So the results will be 1, -3. For the last one, this is actually the tricky part of this question. Okay, so they say DE is a vector that's perpendicular to BC. So actually draw out a graph for better illustration. So the key thing about this question is the magnitude of DE is equal, okay, to BC, which means from B to C is actually a -4 shift. So for D and E, okay, it will be 0, -4 or 0, 4, because the DE may not be as what I illustrated, can be the other way around. Okay, so question 15 is about indices. So first thing first, so T24 minus 4, you get the final answer. Okay. And then if it is x to the power of 5 bracket to the power of 2, the 2 is required to multiply into the 5. So for the last question, I actually changed the 81 into 3 to the power of 4. Okay, then only I multiply the power of 3 over 4 into 3 and m. So after you do the calculation, you will get 27 m to the power of 6. So for the next question, it is about acceleration. Okay, so I wonder, did you realize that they actually always give us the unit of the question. Okay, so from the unit there, you will notice that m divided by s squared. So for acceleration formula, it will goes by speed divided by time. So the speed is 15 divided by 60, then you will get the answer. Okay, then the distance is also a keyword here because distance represents area. So first you calculate the area, then you divide by 1000 because the unit conversion goes by 1000 meters equals to 1 kilometers. Question 17. If you read the question close enough, you will realize one variable was missing. So the question actually didn't give you the interception of those cars who fail brakes and also light. So you are required to set an unknown over there. Okay, and then so for B it will be 6 minus unknown, and L will be 7 minus unknown. Okay, and then if you add everything up, it will equals to 20. So some students usually left out the 9 trucks who passed both tests. Okay, so this is the key assessment of this particular question. Okay, as for part 2, things that you need to take note is the N bracket everything other than B intersect with everything other than L. Okay, so in our case, this question answer will be 9. So the next one, okay, I will straight away notice that it is referring to P only. So I actually drew out a illustration to show you underneath. So P union with Q, okay, then intercept with everything other than Q. So you realize the shaded area, there's only one intersection, which is P only. That's the final answer. So the next question, this is actually matrix topic. So I have really write down in a detailed manner to show you how to solve this question. So for question 19, you are required to use the formula, okay, which goes by half times sine 79 degree times both sides that was given to find the area. Whereby for the next one, the key thing is scale factor of 4.5. You are required to square it for you to find the area. Okay, the next question. So they want you to find y equals to mx plus c. So first thing first, you need to identify straight away that the y-interception of 3 is actually point C. Okay, so you simply choose 2 points from the graph to run the calculation and get the gradient. Okay. So you get gradient of -2. So you fill it back into the equation given earlier, then you will get y equals to -2x plus 3. Okay, so the next question, it goes by perpendicular and they give you a point. So when it's perpendicular, the gradient of the old times the gradient of the new one will be equals to -1. Run the calculation, then you get gradient as 1/2. So with this being said, now you substitute the point that was given earlier of 3 -1 into the formula to find C. Okay, so sometimes this point will not be given, then you're required to calculate the midpoint of the line they gave you earlier. Okay, because you can use that as a reference to find your C. So for the last one, this is about function chapter. So it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is just refer to step by step that I have written. For you to find inverse, it is a little bit tricky, so I will explain to you. So first thing first, you need to write down gx equals to 6x minus 7 equals to y. Then you shift the x and y's position. Then you will get x equals to 6y minus 7. Then you rearrange to get the new y. By doing so, you will get the results of G inverse x. So the next one is also pretty straightforward. All you need to do is substitute the value of the function into the equation given earlier. Then you'll be able to get the final results.